at some point, if I send all those other parts to the moon, is it still one body for the purposes of argument?
And like, if you fillet the body, then sobered it up, would you have a skeleton and a zombie, or do
Terrifying.
you need the skeleton inside
I'm
the
Well, I mean,
zombie?
typically, if you move parts of a body to another part, we say you had part of the cadaver.
terrifying.
It's not like if my arm is over there, it's a separate corpse.
Here's a funner question: what if I was a hive mind, and all those bodies were all equal parts of me? Is my corpse the collective of
Now we're
all
getting
bodies,
questions.
or is the human language just not fit to handle this question? This is what really drives Call of Cthulhu protagonists mad: the fact that their language is not conducive to this conversation.
I mean, when I kill one bee, that's the bee's corpse, and then
Well, I'm talking like a hive mind, like they're all under the same actual brain. You know, like you wouldn't consider an arm to be a separate part of your body. That thing considers all those bodies to be part of its corpus. And you don't die if you lose your arm, if you handle it properly afterwards, of course.
Yeah, it's not like your autonomic systems are focused in your arm.
It's like
That's what I was trying to
like
think
the opposite of how those system people work. Instead of multiple brains in one body, got multiple bodies in one brain. Spooky. Think about it too
Also,
hard.
we're on our way to the town church.
yeah,
Of course
because
you are.
freaky flesh people come around.
I mean, there was a crowd there in the
Kidnap.
morning too. From the Grafton Mill to the Golden Laws Church. You know what I hate about this map the most is that it doesn't even mark like some obvious locations the players might want to visit, like the town square or the mayor's house. Very pragmatic there. What? Why do I want to say Watsy? Paizo. Okay. As you make your way back, you notice that the crowd that was standing before the church or rummaging around seems to have gathered around a new group of individuals. Some people that you recognize. And not just Bounce Bounce the clown. A small crowd has gathered along the street to watch three colourfully dressed people shouting and playing tambourines and pipes. Prepare yourself and your souls, town people of Abaddon, for the cavalcade of celestial marvels. For sights so spectacular and so marvellous that you should speak of them forever with awe-struck tears in your eyes. Prepare for the show to surpass any of you have ever seen, either yesterday or days before. Prepare for the dawning of Mistress Dusklight Celestial Mundry. The speaker is a tall, broad-shouldered woman carrying a whip, and accompanied by a magnificent lion, a shirtless man covered in strange tattoos to her left, periodically breathing out gouts of flame across metal batons he carries in his hands. To the woman's right, a brilliantly bedecked clown who leaps, rolls, flips, and cavorts in constant feats of acrobatics. The second they see you pop around the corner, they almost immediately cry, "You are cheap impostors! As charlatans! What you have seen before shall not outlive the true majesty. What you have seen before is not a real show, but an amateur's parade." You're getting heckled.
Okay. First off, I'm just gonna say that it's very rude to come in where another circus was and try to steal the audience. Give 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 it like a week. Give it a month maybe. Let the people have time to ride out their high that they've experienced at our circus.
Oh, but it's not equally rude of you to leave our circus in the first place.
What?
Yeah, well, you should have had a better circus.
I will remind you that the Celestial Mangre, or Mrs. Dusklight, was your previous circle where they were very mean to you. The Circus of Wayward Miners is made almost entirely out of people who ran away from that.
Yeah.
Ah.
Hey, you're a dick.
Yeah, what she said.
I see. Well then, I think we should settle this the old way then.
Juggling?
politely.
We go for the chest.
With a quick wave of a strong gesture, they cause the crowd to part, and they make their way towards you. More than ready
So,
to let her rip.
Left eye.
I would
The
very
question-
much like it to be politely, but
Oh no! Allow me to read the introductory text of the section. A time-out tradition among traveling performers to perform in dual pits rival acts against each other, one-on-one in front of an audience for the most applause. They probably don't have an applause-meter, but we'll have to play it by ear. Each of the three Celestial
Yeah,
Monterey members challenges one of the heroes as one-on-one duels will be followed and influence. A climatic group contest. So the question is,
I was gonna go for the. I was gonna shoot him through the eye.
that would count as assault. They haven't done anything.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
Actually,
I
that would
thought
be
they were going
battery
for
if
the
you hit him.
eye. It'd technically be both because the assault is the action towards it, the battery is the impact.
Point is, they have challenged you to a duel to show that they are the superior performers.
all right. Well, who shall have the
So-
first act?
What kind of acts are these people? Can we tell if there's anything? If like different acts are all just like an in tandem act?
I
Well,
would like to point out that the way this works is everyone does a little individual thing, you know, sort of like what's it called again? Serving people, whatever they call it. And then afterwards they
Oh,
do a little
It's a
group thing.
rap battle.
Effectively, yes,
Yeah,
it is a performance of the arts.
I'll challenge you to a rap battle to the death.
Yeah.
They're not gonna send you to the fucking shadow room, dude. They're here to ruin
Hey,
your
I'm
reputation.
questioning them.
It's a clown off.
It's a All right. All
Okay,
right.
so who's going first?
So the main acts that you're dealing with, you would either remember them or since you can see them, you could have seen what they were doing a moment ago. You have a fire breather, a lion tamer, and finally, of course, the clown of great acrobatics. Daring Danica with Leandrus, Victor Volcano, and Jellico Bounce Bounce, who is way too extra for his own good. With a fucking
And
blood
scary
bag.
as hell.
Yeah, man. It's paint. That's what he
You
says.
think, you think he'd be scaring off the kids?
I mean, people like him are giving clowns a bad rap, yeah.
I guess it would make sense for me to go up against the lion tamer, given that I'm also an animal act.
I am an animal, but I'll take the fire breather.
That leaves me the clown.
Have fun with
Terrifying.
that.
Absolutely terrifying. All right, we shall take them in order as they are presented to me in the book, which means that Daring Danica shall go first. Whoopsh. Let's take a look. See. Oh wow. Oh, that's kind of lame. We'll just keep it to the one-on-one duels. The group duel is just one person does a thing and everyone else does a thing to aid, which is kind of lame. Come on, Paizo, you can do better. You can put up your little fists. You can make a bam bam kind of moment. All right, let's take a look-see. Daring Danica puts on one of her finest acts yet. The lion dances and twirls around her for her performance, but let's see if she manages to woo the crowd. She most certainly does. Wow, ooh. The DC, by the way, for everyone is going to be 18, because that is the kind of act you need to put up to make these people know who the right one is.
Ooh.
With jumping and clawing and roaring and a mastery of control, this animal may not be mentally bound to in any way, but it obeys nonetheless. You will have a tough time meeting that. Go ahead, Ruby. The stage is handed to
Alright.
you with a small bow and a smirk.
Well, what's the worst that could happen? I head out into the circle with garlic, and we do our best to try and one-up every trick that she did. Instead of cracking a whip, I'm just tapping my glaive on the ground politely, because I trust garlic more than that.
Zoinks. I mean, Daring Danica was really relying on that cracking whip. Whoopsh.
Ha! Eat shit!
Zoinks. Well, that's not a critical success, but that is certainly a success. A true show to behold. It is impressive to see animals move at such beck and call. Although any druid would probably go like, wah. Animals are supposed to be free unless I mind control them.
I mean, my one is
Wah. I went to
They're
druid
supposed
school.
to be free unless I'm forcing them to die for me.
Galic's just my buddy.
You can't make friends. I'm with Peter. And he pulls out a shotgun. I need to free him.
Oh no. No bully.
Anyway, you've won. Well, I guess the first contest is a tie then, actually. Let's
Yeah,
go
we
on
both
to the next
succeed.
one. Bella, I know that you don't have an act. You're more like a background character, but Jellicoe Bounce insists that he make you look like a fool as he dances around you with juggling and jumps.
Wait, what if she goes first and does a card reading and reads something bad happening, then he fucks up?
You can
He
give me
does
a go,
fuck
Bella.
up.
No, I've got an idea.
Go ahead,
Uh,
Bella. He's already failed.
Yeah, basically what I would do is I would try to, clap my hands, try to get like the crowd around us to start a little clap and stomp beat going, and I'd
God.
start dancing to the beat.
If you're
Yeah,
happy,
are
and
you
know
Blue
it,
Man
clap your
Group?
hand. If you're happy
Wait,
and you know it,
whoever gets the
clap your
most
hands.
clapping. Bella's cheating.
Oh no, Bella, you
I am-
cheater!
I am
You
not.
clever bitch.
Well, you'd be cheating if there was an
Technically, they are clapping
apostematic.
more.
Go ahead, Bella. Whatever you
Uh,
are using to influence the crowd, show us the goods.
Well, I'm a try to start dancing with my dancing scarf, which will give me +1 to this performance.
Oh my goodness. Da-
Ba, 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 ba. And then I end with dancing lights.
You make him look
Just
like a chump, like a
flourish.
fool, like he's
She
part of your
technically
act,
is.
instead of the other way around. As a result, by the end, you get a roaring applause, which Jellicoe didn't get nearly as much. Look at that old
I
lady
can't
dancing.
dance to no music.
Grandma Groove.
Finally, there's Victor Volcano, who is going to show off his most daring of acts, where he will spew fire into shapes. I've been reading the wrong stats, but that is irrelevant. Oh, actually, I got it right somehow. That's awesome. Victor Volcano is no mere pushover. He's mastered the art of fire breathing. And so he will attempt to create many things, starting off with humble shapes such as squares and circles, but soon create divine things. Except, apparently,
It lights himself on fire.
after Jellicoe's little mishap, I guess he'd get some performance anxiety. And the situation is not nearly as impressive as it should be. He sure is spitting. Alright.
Spitting something right there.
Listen, fire breathing is something you gotta do with confidence and certainty. And he got a little unnerved with how a sideshow act was able to outdo it. Fuyu, can you perform well
Yeah.
enough to show them what's up?
So the show has multiple parts. I have to show off the archery, and I have to show off the fact that I actually play a flute really well. That's a foreign flute, by the way, because I'm not from here. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start asking around the crowd, getting them involved a little bit, until I get a hold of one person that lets me borrow their wedding ring for a minute. Because this is the classical archery trick, by the way. I actually have seen many people do it.
This is how you
I'm
divorce
using
people.
some magic. Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna take my bow. I'm gonna shoot it into the air while playing and then I'll take out the flute, do a proper little song, timing it, and I'll throw the ring into the air. Air will go through the ring. I've actually seen people do crap like that. It's ridiculous.
Well then,
But will the dice allow it?
And also, I get bonuses when using my flute
flute. We only get one
because I'm a
roll
virtuosic performer.
because it ultimately comes down to what the centerpiece of the performance is. Because you're really just doing one act. Otherwise, this stuff could take forever. Get in the tiny car. Listen, if you're gonna get a tiny car for a tiny clown, it better have a tiny horn.
And you know what? Just because I don't want to screw this up, I'm going to use my hero point on it.
Oh no.
Aha, that's why I used the hero point.
Marvelous.
Oh.
Most excellent. With a +4, you will succeed. Although just barely.
+5 because of my virtuosic.
Well, in that case, that's a marvelous, dazzling success. Dazzling.
And then I give the guy his ring back.
You
Gotta
better.
make sure I do that part. They get mad.
If you critically failed, you might have broken it.
The ring just gets shot like into the middle of the forest. Whoops.
Or you would make
Hey, I hit it.
or you would make a big gash in it. I mean, you're shooting metal arrows at a thing made of gold.
Just because I'm using bodkin arrows.
Excuse me. Why are you using bodkin arrows?
Because if I'm using a broadhead, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna get caught and stuff.
Oh, I got my old thing turned around. Bodkins are the fucking armor ones. Broadheaders
Yeah,
are the
they're
ones
the
with the fancy
small,
tip.
heavier endings.
The broadhead one is the one you want to use if you want it to look like an arrow. The bodkin ones are the ones if you want to use it like an arrow. Although
Broadheads are for hunting.
yeah. What actually is the benefit of a broadhead? That's
Larger cutting area,
There you go. Bigger bleeding wound.
where a bodkin is good for armor.
They are expensive, damage most targets, and are usually not for practice. Don't shoot it at your target. You're going to break all the straw. So expensive. Anyway, the primary point is that even with a good performance, they cannot pull themselves together out of this. You have sure shown them that not only was the crowd definitely wooed just yesterday, but you have earned that prestige. Whoopsh.
I mean,
Johnny
it-
Test.
It's like I said. It's like I said. You should give the people time, to let our excitement die down before you come and bore them.
Also, Clown Man, your claw things and your terrifying look might not be great for children.
Those are not claws, those are juggling knives.
You're kind of terrifying.
The smell certainly doesn't help.
That's a clown thing. If you hadn't noticed that at our camp,
Honestly, I don't go near them.
I think you probably would have clowns. You specifically have an action for the if you do the extensive performance thing called send in the clowns. So
oh no,
Yeah.
no, it's we're talking about the smell.
Okay.
swinks.
Clowns have weird smells.
That's what grease paint
Clowns.
does to you, especially if it's made with
I
lead.
think it's the murder.
I think
I
it's the
assume
lead
clowns
paint.
all murder.
The point is that you have sent them scurrying away. Although on their way out they do curse at you and tell you that they know you are and they will come for you.
We
Yeah,
we know where you are too.
Well,
Yeah,
not
make sure
anymore.
to buy a ticket, though.
They've run away now. Now you don't know where they are. On the other hand, your tent is very obvious and you've been there before and you've advertised where it is.
That's why they should buy a ticket.
The unfortunate part of a circus is that you're not exactly subtle if you want to make money.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, the audience and crowd cheers and roars for such a spectacular performance.
Huzzah!
Riled up, that's what I'd say. I'm just very surprised that the module doesn't say, oh, by the way, if you do this, oh, there you go, there it is. But for some reason, it's not under rewards, it's before the creatures. Paizo, homogenize what the fuck your sections are about, for fuck's sake. Why is if you succeed at the performance check in the group duel, but only the group duel, you get excited. Why is that not in the treasure section, the reward section? Because, it's a reward.
Yeah, what?
So, the way this normally works at the whole circus thing is you can build excitement beforehand. You can make people very excited. And you want to do that because excitement, no, it's anticipation. Yeah, it's anticipation, which is like, that's how much money you get. But you need to get that amount of excitement during the performance. So it's kind of like a risk management thing. Like, how much do you want to really risk? How much can you actually make true? It's kind of neat. But, I don't know. Feels very, very around it. Let's just hope this doesn't turn out like that Mummy's Mask thing. Marvelous. Well, you go on your way to the church with a roaring cheer. There's even a nice woman who gives you a big old fat loaf of freshly baked bread. Since you
hell
look like
yeah.
you're a little hungry after walking around town all the whole day.
Grandma bread.
Nothing quite like grandma bread. It's always so potent in flavor.
Especially given the mill's been out of operation for several days.
Oh, come on. Any good
I
town
mean,
is
you
enough.
keep a supply of flour.
Flour keeps. Anyway, that's a great segue into my sponsor, Keeps. It's one of the 2 FDA-approved hair growth agents. Whoa! It's store brand. We guarantee that
Oh,
it will do
God.
something at some point in some fashion.
Warning: hair growth supplements are not tested by the FDA and are no longer required to hold any FDA approval.
Really?
Please God, the hair won't stop growing. Oh, okay.
Well, there goes my sponsor, I guess. I'm pretty sure they won't approve of that. It's like someone starts up and it's like, oh, by the way. It's like, well, I guess I don't use Keeps. I just lied about that. Since sponsorship's over, might as well tell the truth.
In the middle of us doing the sponsorship thing, it's like, well, I guess the sponsorship's over. Someone has entered the call. Raid Shadow Legends.
I guess
You
we got
heard
a
you
new
needed a
sponsor,
sponsor.
baby.
Wow, that was quick.
It gets me that they pay actual thousands of dollars for that too.
Yeah.
The Golden Dolls Church. I'll be honest. I kind of like the history behind the name of the town and everything. The town wasn't called Aberton. It was just Abadar Town. And the church used to be called the House of Golden Laws, which got shortened to Golden Laws. What the fuck, Paizo? Why do you have such reasonable names for these structures? Ugh.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you guys will never meet the goat at this rate, but that's fine.
The
Okay,
goat?
I'll be honest about this, Paizo. If economic times are hard, I don't think people are going to attend the church of making of the god of economy less. I can imagine dues going down, but fuck. Like, Abadar is a fucking bank! Literally. Anyway. Oh, man. I love that they actually mentioned that the graveyard has reached capacity. That is such a thing everyone forgets.
Yeah,
Anyway.
graveyards run out of space eventually.
There are 3 ways for you to approach this building without climbing over the walls or doing something silly. You can enter the church through the main church entrance. You can go through the west entrance on the graveyard, which is a set of double gates, which is probably used for processions. Or you can use the east entrance, which is a more modest side entrance.
And we're here because we,
Well, there's been all kinds of ruckus coming from this place, and apparently some corpses have moved over here.
Yeah.
Now, as you know, moving
Probably-
corpses should not belong in churches.
They don't really belong anywhere. Probably shouldn't have moving corpses. Just in
Usually,
general.
corpses are supposed to stop moving.
Yeah, it's like one of the main things a corpse does. It's not move.
There's one quick thing I need to look up. Give me a very brief moment. Where is this guy? Because I need to know where the guy owns the church is at. Nelum. Imprisoned is in... Oh, okay, he's in the vault. Additionally, a lot of people are outside of the building and they hear all this noise. And they're kind of worried about the fact that they haven't seen the priest of the place either. So, to put it honest, this place is going a bit to shit. And that's not fun.
It's no good.
So, as I asked, which entrance do you think you're going to take? I just want to know where I can
mean-
pop your tokens.
we know that some funky stuff is happening here, so maybe the front door isn't the best option.
I mean, the windows at the
So-
front door are shattered. If you take a look.
Well, rushing in heroically is also a great option.
It can
Always
be.
a great option.
It can be. If you're heroic enough to make true.
we could be heroes.
Yeah, I think I'm reasonably heroic.
I mean, I'll stay a little bit in the back. I shoot things.
Circling
Yeah.
the building, which I imagined you do before entering. That's a smart thing to do, is case the joint. You can see through the iron gates that there are indeed a duo of characters who are moving around the graveyard, digging up graves. They're trying to be coy about it, though.
Probably go take care of them. They're not supposed to be doing that.
Do they look like they're not groundskeepers?
You don't
Like-
know these people per se, but I was just, you know what? I'll just imagine that the lady that you talked to did give you a short description of these people. I think these are the Lindell brothers.
Oh yeah, we heard about the Lindell brothers.
Yeah, they were captured. We're given a brief description. These people kind of match it, although,
Yeah.
you know, the description plus their skin is kind of messed up. Like even from the short distance, you could tell that something's wrong with them.
Let's go meet some friends.
Let's get over this gate.
Excellent. The side entrance is the closest to where they're busy with their operations, so I'll put you down there.
Yeah.
Hey Bella, you were enfeebled. Where did that come from? Oh, it's there. You're cursed. It's doing that. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
your
I'm like that till I rest.
Whoops, your persistent fire damage was still there.
Yeah, that needs to go away.
You are no longer on fire.
I'm pretty
Ruby?
sure I put myself out before the dance off.
By the way, Ruby is still hurt. So
Yeah.
if anyone would like to heal Ruby before you get into this, just a polite reminder.
I'm a hand Ruby a healing potion.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Beep.
Take a quaff. Lay on Hands is such a bullshit spell in Pathfinder 2e because it's basically infinite free healing if you got 10 minutes. It's great. Anyway, you give him a good old... That's pretty good. Oh, man! They made the buttons more obvious. That's so good. Look at that.
Yeah, God, thank you.
Okay, do you
That
want
is
full,
much better.
half, double, triple, or do you just want to...
I love this.
I love how triple does look like
total
you're...
wreckage.
I love how
This is
triple
what
does
the-
look like you're getting killed off screen.
What is this? The like 5th rendition that they've changed these buttons?
I really like an
Fine,
Iron Claw
look
that
at it. I'm
overkill
looking
actually
at
happens
this.
off screen. It's just like a blood splatter gets off screen. It's like, oh man, there's a reason everyone's afraid of you now. Anyway, kids. I need to point you to the map. There we go. Just left of the church entrance is the small maintenance gate that leads inside. The Lindahl brothers are right over there, poking around with their shovels. They seem to be unearthing corpses, but you can't see any of them, so it's unclear what exactly they're doing. Like if they're grave robbing or otherwise.
I mean, I played with Russian and talked to them at spear point.
Oh, that's one way to do it, I guess.
Rude way to start.
Okay,
I mean-
I-
They're also flesh beasts.
read or paraphrase the following. Here we go. Several of the cemetery graves have been dug up, and large mounds of fresh, dark earth lie piled up around the gaping holes. 2 individuals, swollen-looking human men equipped with shovels, are working one of these graves. Bent over in their labor, they are barely visible till one of them stands straighter and hefts his shovel over one shoulder. "Keep back, good masters," he says, through a handkerchief tied around his face. "I would come no closer. This one's all ripe with the plague, and they say she's contagious. One whiff, and you could turn black as pitch and deader than old tar Baffin." That's what they yell at you before you manage to charge over quite yet.
So they're saying it to us.
Yes, they're warning you that this body is supposedly filled with plague, and that they're doing you a service by cleaning them up.
I think the only thing here that's filled with plague is you, buddy. Spear pointy.
Boy,
We've been to the mill. We know the dark deeds that you're a part of.
Man, I really do like that they do mention. By the way, townspeople will definitely see them as the Lindahl brothers, even with the handkerchief. Because I like that. Because it's like, if you know someone long enough, a fucking
know these
handkerchief ain't going to
guys.
stop it.
It's a small
Yeah.
town.
wait, I can't see your mouth? Who are you?
Oh no, you're wearing a small domino mask? Your identity is a mystery to me!
That's Incredibles rules.
Wait, Dick Grayson? Where did Robin go?
Ruby, can you roll me some perception?
Okay. Wait.
So, as his mouth moves, you can tell that what's under his skin probably ain't human muscle structures.
So like what a jaw would probably be, it's kind of like dented.
Yeah, it's moving in all kinds of weird ways. More like there's a set of claws under his skin that move the lips around forcefully.
Oh.
Release these men from your hole, beast.
I think they're probably dead.
Hey, so you know those cool zombies from Resident Evil 4 where like the worm spouts out of their head?
Eh?
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
any of the
Linus.
lines that they say, but that's basically what you get. Oh wait, I
Oh.
think I remember one. It's like un forastero, right? That one. Yeah.
Yeah. Forastero.
Boy, it is a bunch of
Okay, I'm gonna start taking shots now.
A
I'm
bunch
gonna kill it with fire.
heckin' dudes sprout out these big fat blabby worms who are more than eager to give you a little num-nums. Ruby, you're close up. You're ready to rumble. Give 'em the go. I would point out that the worms are attached to the bodies, but I'll keep them separate just for context.
Yeah, just, they're all in the same
Well,
spot.
Laura, sorry, you get to go last.
Well,
No. It makes sense. I'm enfeebled.
I'm gonna have one action to get Garlic moving. Garlic can move. Probably just run over the fence. he's too big to get through the gate.
You can squeeze.
Eh.
I mean, it'll pop out the fence, but that's like what he can do with a squeeze because it's a separate action and everything.
Oh yeah. Well, he can be there.
He'll be
It's
there.
too
in a
far
minute.
away to help.
You also have 2 actions. How do you want to spend them?
Yeah, I'm gonna start attacking with my stabby.
Oh, he gets a +3 circus test bonus to armor class. That's pretty good.
Critically hit.
Actually, it's not a critical because his armor class is 19.
Oh,
Yeah.
because he gets a bonus. All right.
Yeah, he gets.
so just
While he's in a body, he basically uses the body as this protect. Ow. Let's see. Any resistances? Nope. Demons and devils are not that tough in this.
and
Begin
then
combat.
second action. I will. I guess just attack because I'm far away enough that can't really do much else.
Ooh.
No.
I mean,
Beans.
you're sure cutting up the human part of the body, but that isn't the part that's actually controlling or doing anything important. What are the rules for destroying the body, however? I need to know if there's health thresholds or anything. Let's look it up. Let's check it out, as they say in Ape Escape. It's a good line. They're good lines. Vermlik. By the way, here's the full picture of what what I used here, and yeah, they do look like those dudes, don't they?
Yeah, that's Resident Evil, all right.
Ah, apparently they're missing some. Yeah, they're missing some numbers. Fuyu, it's your turn. You know.
I was waiting for that. I'm going to first.
I shouldn't have to tell you when there's a little
cast-
turn indicator on the chat box.
No, I was waiting for what you were saying.
Yeah, you were saying stuff.
Bleh.
So, I'm going to gravity weapon. This is as good a time as any.
I mean, we are shooting at stuff.
And then, let's see, does hunting take an action? Okay, thank you for saying it gives me the action, which isn't over there. I need to look that one up. I forgot if Hunt Prey takes an action.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I'm still just going to drag on the sheet. Okay, so I'm not going to hunt yet because that'll take both of my actions. But I'm going to shoot the
You have 3.
ruffian. Oh, okay. So then I am going to hunt him.
Like Dizzy doesn't have 2 actions because they had to command their pet to.
Yeah, I have to give one to Garlic.
And I don't have to move, so... So yeah, I'm going to hunt and then take my shot. It's going to be like this.
No, you're hitting the wrong dude, but okay, that's still a hit.
Wait, hitting the wrong dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm supposed to target
The worms are the things that are actually
okay.
doing damage here.
There you go,
Okay.
blast the
Well,
spaghetti.
I'm now focused on him. Okay. And...
No
Plus,
critical.
that doesn't count my gravity weapon damage.
No
Wait,
critical.
It's not?
Yeah, armor class is 19, and you got a critical because of over, but that doesn't
Okay.
apply. There we go.
And my gravity weapon, which is another die of damage.
Shit, it's another D6. Press a little square.
Oh no!
Great.
1.
Ow.
1.
Udo. The Fremlek can abandon its body, devouring much of the remaining flesh and regaining hit points in the progress. As it does
Much
this, it
flesh.
leaps out towards you, Lady Ruby, with the intent of gnawing your face off. Unfortunately,
Fortunately, I'm a fighter.
wait, what's the deal with this? Unsettling movement is no actions on the. We'll just say that it's no actions because that makes more sense. It's a conditional thing. You know, I'm pulling up the beast here. I'm curious about this because man, the mistakes I've seen sometimes. Let's take like 2 seconds to pull up Bestiary 1. Load my little PDF. I need to look up demons Vermlax. Undimon. Wait. Wait, what? Oh, that's just... I thought they were in a... But apparently they're not. What is the deal with airline food? Toolbox. Seen there. I thought Vermlix were in a key bestiary, but I guess not. Or at least not the first one. Let's see. Yeah, unsettling movement does not have actions. I guess that's a mistake from on this side then. Cool. Let's see. Well, who does this affect? It affects all creatures within 30 feet who can see the Vermlek. Except the Vermlek itself, I imagine. I imagine they know what they're like. So, all the way up to Alora will have to make me a DC 19 will save. You can use that cool button when you have your token selected to make it happen. A failure makes you frightened 1. A critical failure makes you frightened and sickened. Garlic. Feels this.
Oh, garlic.
Garlic, no, baby.
And then me.
So I can't get close to him, right?
No, that's panicked or something in that direction. You just take a -1 to a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Ruby, however, I think has... What's it called again? You have bravery, right?
I think I have bravery, yeah.
Yeah, so you're not even affected.
Also, it moved, so I can attack it.
Yeah, that wasn't a step proper. It's like a little leap. That's a hit. Whoopsh. Swat it out of the air. Unfortunately, you don't swat it before it lands its big fat teeth. Chompers.
Ow.
It has firmly latched on. Luckily, you've got thick skin or something, because that is some resistance. Its armor class also goes back down to 16. So, we don't have to worry about that anymore. Garlic, you don't get a turn. But thank you for being so organized. Unlike this gentleman.
Pat, pat.
He moves over here.
Spaghetti 2, the sequel.
Unfortunately, you've already spent your reaction. So there's no time. He raises and hefts his blade high. You know what actually makes more sense? Huh? We'll go for the flank. How about that? Can you make that? How fast are you, bucko? Wait, we have the click and drag thing now, don't we? Oh, yeah. Oh, I imagine that he uses the human body for this. So he goes over here, gets behind you, and tries to clock you in the back of the head with a long sword. Wha-pow. Even with your flat-footed, you managed to avoid it. Well then,
Haha.
he'll just try to grab. Oh no! He tries to go
It
for.
falls.
He does try to go for a firm grisping, but I shouldn't have to tell you that that is an utter failure. So, what happens if you fail a grapple? I think you can counter grapple or knock him prone. So yes, you either grab him as you counter grapple, or you can say that he just falls prone because he buffs it.
I think falling prone is probably better.
He buffs it. What a doofus. Alora, you're a little spooked. But that's alright.
Alright. And I shall assist my friendo, Ruby, since she's in the thick of it. So I will give that forbidding ward. So you get
Both
plus
have
one.
that spell.
Get +1 AC against the guy behind Ruby. The guy between Garlic and Ruby. And
Gotcha.
Yeah. That nasty man.
So if he tries to hit again, yeah. And then I'll use my last action to have Happy do the thing where he gets me back one more focus point.
Chimp power.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
got a chimp. Pepe. He has that power.
Yeah.
He has the power. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, is that your
Yeah,
action?
yes.
Ruby.
Shield. Ape.
They're all around you. They're snapping at you with their sharp, long claws and the little pokey bit that's at the center of their big maw. Hop, hop. Step, step, step.
Uh. F- f- f-
I think I got rid of the focus pool thing.
I don't see the
Oh,
fee for that.
there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'll do this now.
That is.
Ooh,
They got rid of it? Really?
No.
Nope.
Ah.
They just changed how those things work, and now you have to make it again. Oh, well. Easily said and done.
So I'm supposed to have 2 focus points because of my 2 spells.
Why don't you just add one? Can you make more? Can you make... still limited to 3. Gotcha.
Yeah. So now I have 2.
I'm gonna have Garlic do their support,
Support me!
which is firepower. And then, I think, oh no, it's only when I'm riding them. So in that case, I'll just,
Wait, you have to be riding them for that?
yeah, each time you strike while riding the Drake.
No.
Little
In that
snorts.
case, I'll just continue hitting this thing.
Begone, foul fiend! You hit the one on the ground, and squoosh! It squirms, although a lot of its evil demon juice has spilt out over the floor, sizzling on the consecrated ground.
And then I'll finish it. Hopefully.
Squirmy, squirmy, squirm, squirm.
Nope.
No.
And I'll step for the last action.
Before you take action, downturn has come.
And now I can take another shot at the hunted one.
Wow.
I am filled with terror and delight.
No.
Terror!
And now I can take another one.
Make it count.
Pew.
Oh no,
Okay, we're not doing so hot this round.
you missed by 5, and then you missed by 11. And those
Count
were
it
also the
something.
numbers you rolled.
Wow. Numbers.
Natural 20.
Woo!
Nope.
Woo!
Ooh.
You got a little ankle bitey. Let's see. Oh no, that will trigger anyway. Oh no! Little ankle biter goes for the good old fashioned ankles. You know what? First, I'll try to drag you down so that he can get in your face. That's against your reflex. Fails. Wah wah. Chomp, 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 chomp. No! Then he scoots away a little. Squirm, squirm. The other one seems almost interested in taking a big old bite out of a nice big garlic. But first he must stand up, which is in the range of your thing, Ruby.
Yeah. Which means I can bap it.
He is flat-footed while bapped. And flanked. So we'll say that that counts.
And my foundry is lagging. So
No.
Show me thine damage thinously.
You still press buttons. Just doesn't show up immediately.
Zoinks.
I'm gonna refresh, see if that fixes anything.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I don't think I'm downloading anything.
Zoinks.
Steam is actually cooperating for once. It's not downloading anything.
Oh, Steam. How dare you? I had a rough night. Ugh, I don't know why.
Go to sleep.
I just woke up dizzy.
Go to sleep.
Sleep now.
I don't make the rules. You gotta sleep.
Most of it has to do with the fact that when I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, man, this cushion needs to be shifted. I don't do it. I just sleep on a bad cushion like a dummy.
Oh no. The big dummy.
My neck hurts the whole way through. I'm like, I should fix this. Why aren't I fixing this? Like a big old oaf. I'll roll the damage for you.
Yeah.
So we can keep moving.
Yeah, Foundry is doing some things.
I know I gotta break that stride. Bonk. As I successfully stood up. I don't know what's flanking you, boy. What's making you all flat-footed? He raises a sword, and I have said, no, you know what? He's gonna come for you. If you're so arrogant as to strike him, then you will taste no steel. Alora, what do you do?
I'm gonna sustain that forbidden ward for one action.
Marvelous.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hit the glum one
Glum.
with the daze.
His brain. Ow! The buttons still do not work. I'm gonna try something, Bella. Hold on to your horses.
My horsies.
I'm gonna take out your old days and I'm gonna put in a new one and see if that works. Days. Days, more like days.
This is days of
Of
our
our lives.
lives.
Great. That spell's gonna go on for 300 years.
I'll click it.
Some
Nope,
say
the button
it's
still doesn't
going
work.
for this thing.
It is
something
still
else.
going.
Well, it's a DC 18. We'll save.
Ah! Damage, please.
Eat 4 points of damage.
Too bad he has 3 left.
Non-lethal.
Ruby, time to finish a job.
I mean, if the thing would ever load.
Terrifying.
Everything else is loading fine. Why isn't Foundry wanting to connect?
No. Don't bully me. Wee. Giving me the
You are
scampus.
under attack.
You attack firmly. Who are you attacking? The one on the ground? Do you wish to put? What would you do if you were here?
Probably attack the whatever one was the weakest.
The
Whatever
weak
I've been
one.
attacking.
Smack. Or more like squish. Like a worm, it goes splort and pops on the
Gross.
ground. You have 2 actions left.
Probably, if possible, move to a spot where I'm flanking the other one.
Oh my. You are. I mean, if you get garlic to move in.
It's loading.
Load in.
Oh yeah, I can
load
see.
in. Ah.
Yeah, I'd use one action to have garlic move. Probably over here, and then
Nah, it just needs to be over here.
since garlic gets an attack, then I can use him to give him the chomps.
Ow, my butt.
Hang on. No, it's the multiple attack one. Where?
Zoinks. The demon is blessed upon this consecrated ground today. You've one action left, by the way.
Yeah, one action left. I guess we'll just. I can try and grab it. I guess for -10.
Careful, or he'll grab you.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
A lot.
So that would be a 13.
Against Fort, right? Because you're grabbing.
Yeah.
That's not a critical failure, so that's all you need. Fool you.
Okay, first I hunt this new one because the one I was hunting is dead.
It is.
Now I'm gonna shoot it.
Pew.
Okay, really?
Pew pew.
Really having
Wow.
a day
Hey.
over
Yeah, I got one good shot.
I guess consecrated ground just doesn't agree with you.
Okay, I'm done.
And
there.
then what
Allergic
box? I don't know what's up.
Jesus.
The Vremlek tries to grab you by the collar since you're so keen on doing it. Oh no. Well, it's not a critical failure, but he sure tried. Well, he'll just have to settle on giving you the old slash and the old bash. I guess no one's having a good day today, huh? Alora.
Alright, first
I'm having
action,
an alright
action
day.
sustain, even though I'm pretty sure Ruby doesn't need it. But are these guys undead? These like
Demons.
the
Yeah.
demons? Okay, never mind.
Undead tend to be
Uh,
more smelly. And would also upset your peppy.
Yeah, they're just
No,
demon worms inside a corpse.
not Peppy.
Well, supernaturally
Then,
unsettle them.
I'll just hit him with another days.
My brain.
Bad brain.
Oh, I forget I
Also,
forgot.
shouldn't these be upscaled to second level?
It's a great question. Why isn't it? Oh, no. Heightened +2, so it's a third level that it changes. It is upgraded to
Yeah.
cantrip 2.
So you have to be level 5.
Days is just a
before you get
very
the
slow
power.
cantrip to upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's reliable.
Well, the thing is, it does non-lethal damage. It's mental damage, which is also pretty rare. And it can stun on a crit, so it's got a lot going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's a
It's a
will
good one.
save. The save that not everyone has, like reflex.
Yeah.
Ruby. Your forbidding ward continues to shimmer around, providing a modicum of protection. Perhaps that is what has made it so hard for this thing to hit you. Or he just
Well,
sucks.
now I'm gonna full on try and grab it and rip it out of the corpse.
Get out of there!
Ah.
Its fort DC is 21. It's got strong jaws, and it's basically a big muscle like worms tend to be.
Yeah, it's really dug in there. Well, if I can't grab it, I'll just stab it.
That's a hit, because of flanking.
And I'll take
Kaboom.
one step back.
If you wish to fight, come to me. For you, perhaps you can finish the job.
If you're gonna hit a shot.
Yeah, if I hit something.
All 20s.
Well, I'm still
let's
hunting
go.
this guy, so let's see here. Bada bam. Oh, I
There
get a
thou
hit.
goest.
Pew.
And I still have my gravity attack, so
Definitely. You'll feel that one in the morning.
and roll.
Marvelous, and that for but a single action.
Then gonna remove that and shoot again.
If you're counting arrows, I would like.
Yeah.
No, I remember there being a feature that made it so that you could set it. They would automatically
Yeah.
take down ammo.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, if it's under like the arrows that you're selecting.
Doesn't have that feature here, which is goofy.
That's weird.
Although I don't
Well,
think,
this would be 9 total arrows.
although you're not carrying
no.
arrows, so maybe that's why it's not doing it.
Oh, that's weird. I had my inventory. There.
Maybe that's why
Missing
you're
it.
missing. You're shooting nothing.
Wow, I'm really good at shooting nothing.
It's a rookie mistake.
Whiff, whiff.
Just
Yeah, now it
doing the
offers
accent.
the ammo option, the arrow option. That's cool.
Yeah, neat.
All right, the disorganized Vremlik. First, it's gonna eat that body.
Munch, 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 munch.
It eats it surprisingly fast. Then, it's gonna use that burrow speed and try to get out of here. It starts burrowing into the ground, leaving behind a fat hole. But Ruby, it does move out of your range, so go ahead.
Slice at its tail as it goes into the hole.
Ah, critical. Oh.
I'll say that's a critical because it is burrowing into the ground like an idiot.
Okay.
You now have this 15 foot deep hole in the ground, at the bottom of which is that creature. Aurora, you're gonna lose track of it real fast with how deep it's digging, but you can just walk over and look down the hole.
Alright, I'll walk over and look down the hole.
You see its booty wiggling at you.
This is my moment.
It's a straight line down there.
Okay, we can just have it so the Fuyu takes a shot if they want to. Or you can try with your days.
It's
Yeah.
probably days range.
Yeah, it's 60 feet, so.
Days. No!
Oh, and it's stunned.
No, it's dead. It had 3 hit points. It would have failed if it just failed.
Huh?
Bonk.
So there's just a brain dead worm in the hole in the ground now. Actually, since it's non-lethal, it's still alive and you have to kill it, but
I mean, now for you can take their time aiming the shot.
shoot it right up the bumhole.
Like 12 arrows, just nail it.
I
It's
imagine
already dead.
Ruby could reach down with her pole or clave.
I mean, it's not like 25 feet long.
Well, it's as I said, it's 15 feet deep, but it ain't that wide because it's a worm. So you have to poke it a bit. You have to make it work.
Eh.
Maybe get Peppy in there.
A rope around an arrow of mine, and I can just shoot it.
Listen,
It
that's
goes
sensible.
down and strangles it.
Get your sensible ideas out of here.
We're going fishing.
Well, you seem to have taken care of the Lindell brothers. Even if they were alive, they probably wouldn't want this cut up skin back.
Mm.
With all the arrows sticking out.
So, any sign of what the bodies in the graves? Where did they go? Like, they're still here?
Well, the last one that they've dug up, you can see the body, yes, but the other ones, all the bodies are gone.
Mm. That's concerning. Should probably head to the church, because if these guys are working out here, whatever was probably leading them is in there.
Well, what you hear inside is the sound of someone thrashing the place about.
I'm quickly picking my arrows up.
Yes, you do the rummage.
Yeah.
Well, Peppy and I go to a window or something to see what's up.
How did I forget
If
to
that's a
add this
window.
boy? Oh, I didn't forget to add it. It's just that his token is tiny ass. Give me a moment. I gotta change how the token looks. I don't like how they do this with the tiny creatures.
No.
I prefer just making them full size, but making them small. There you go. You peeking through yonder window yonderly. It's stained glass, so all I see is the stained glass.
Ah.
However, the windows at the front door over here are broken. You can probably look through those just fine.
Alright.
Since there's no window.
I'm a peek.
Peeking
Peeky
inside, you see 2 figures. One is a horrifyingly ugly individual. Both lumbering fat, irregular in shape, with a face that... a donkey's asshole looks nicer than that. Also here is a tiny, naughty boy who flits and flies around and agitates the big boy, who is grabbing anything that looks even remotely pretty and shatters it upon the ground. He dashes things against the rocks, one might say.
I don't think that's usual church behavior. I could be wrong, but
I do have a 0 in religion.
Standing...
I would know that this is really not okay with my expert.
I
Let me-
don't think you need it.
Let me actually read this for you. The nave is filled with long pews marred by long claw marks. Comfortable cushions of golden velvet have been shredded, and their feather stuffing spilled out over the benches and wood floor. Thanks, Abadar. I see that you're spending your tithes on good things. Leather-bound books have been yanked from small wooden shelves built into the back of each pew and torn apart, the illuminated pages mixing with the accumulated mess that covers the ground. The chancel to the west end of the nave contains an altar in front of a magnificent meal of Abaddon and other gods, defeating the monsters Rovagog, aka the Destroyer, aka the man who's going to eat this whole planet like a little cupcake when he's going to escape. He's the core of the planet, and I think he's the reason the core is so hot. The altar
yes,
has...
I was gonna say, yes, our friend Rovagog.
Such a good guy.
Love that name.
Gug. That's all monsters, which is weird. The altar has the appearance of a desk. Of course it does. Although its cloth of gold covering abacus, scales, and legend ripped and marked over. In the northwest corner of the sanctuary, an overturned stone font leans against a stone door. You see two other exits in this room. There is a door to the south end and a door to the north end, which is blocked by that stone thing. Bella.
Yeah.
So what do you do with all this newfound information?
Do you want me to head around to the other entrance and get their attention? And then you guys can come in from behind?
Probably. Actually, let me see the range on my forbidding ward. See how long I can hold that up for you. 30 feet? It's
I don't think they
only
need to be in
effective.
range for that to sustain it to work, so they can just leave.
So, it is the big guy within 30 feet?
I mean, he's moving around a lot, so probably at some point he'll be within 30 feet.
Yeah, so when the big guy's within 30 feet and with Ruby within 30 feet, I'll just forbidden ward for like a minute.
Ruby, you circle the building and notice that while the stained glass windows end around here, like 15 feet before the end of the building, and you see like these, they're up high off the ground, but there are distinctly like shuttered windows that you could climb in through. This wall has nothing on it, but here there's like one window you could probably climb through if you tried.
I'll probably have to leave Garlic outside, but that's fine. Yeah, I can like bust through the window, all super heroic and amazing, as soon as the others are ready.
I mean,
I mean,
climbing up to
I'm
it
dead.
and taking a look through, you see actually a separate room, an office of sorts.
Oh. I guess the other guys can wait for my signal.
I'm pretty sure that your signal will be as visible and obvious as possible.
Yeah.
Ain't much of a question there. You are currently standing inside of a small storage room. There's vestments, candles, polished, a lacquered box sitting atop a small shelf, and a variety of other accoutrements that are necessary to hold all kinds of rites and rituals.
A whole lot of nerd mumbo jumbo that I don't really understand.
If that's what you say, certainly.
Also, Ruby gets a message in here just saying, ready when you are.
Take a look around this room, you see more storage space. Candles and stuff. Replacement pillows and books.
Well, we have time to rummage around when this place is a little more safe.
Marvelous. Opening the door, you see the creature moving around. It seems obsessed to destroy anything that hasn't been damaged, to the point that it's now picking up some of the books and is hawking them at the stained glass windows.
Just gonna rush him with my charge. Just foul beast, release this church. I'm not good at my one-liners.
You can give him the one poke and then we'll get it going.
Yeah.
The Abricandalu has an AC of 19 and lots of hit points. He has the best attack in the game, Hurled Debris.
Throws the
and this-
debris.
This
hurls
is a church in ruin.
That's your signal, guys.
That's a signal. I gave the signal.
Die,
Who's this
Rick,
at the door?
die.
Up north is this naughty little boy who goes like, "Oh, look at that!" Abracadabra. It's spook times for you, lady. That's for you, Ruby.
Oh no.
You think you're gonna be mean and naughty? No, you're gonna be spooked and scared. Ho ho ho! You are frightened one because you are very good at will saves and bravery.
Very brave.
And it flits and
Big brave
flitters.
girl.
The Abracadabra is very caring, but he's not caring to those who would hurt him. He lifts a piece of debris off the ground. Let's just say that he picks up like part of a pew that he smashed and heaves it at you like a weapon after taking a step. Do you have a shield or anything?
That didn't go so well.
Well, either way,
I have one, but it's not being used.
either way, he smashes this thing upon you like they do in wrestling matches, completely ineffectually. And it's entirely up to you to show if it does anything at all. It's just crash.
Oh no, it was prop rival.
Alora,
I dive in. And draw my mace. Ah! Which will first
Doing great, honey.
target this big boy. And I'm enfeebled, so it's not gonna be well. Nope. I'll know what I'm expecting. But
Also press the little cross thing on the left hand of your screen to get rid of all your old targets.
don't forget the
forgot
bun.
to do that.
Foo you.
I can do
since
one
I've
more
been-
attack.
Go ahead.
Oh,
No,
wait,
no, do it.
I'm sustaining. I'm
You're
sustaining.
Gotcha.
Never mind.
Okay, so I've been watching this thing. It's been tracked. I'm gonna shoot at it.
Most
Hey,
definitely.
I use arrows now.
Pew.
Its thick hide soaks your arrow with the greatest of ease, but it seems unimpeded by the impact.
Yep, we're just gonna keep doing this today, I guess.
Only 13s.
Ruby.
Some say it's lucky.
No!
I'm gonna do what you're supposed to do against big, heavy dudes and trip them. With the big... that's not a good roll.
You need a 19, unfortunately. Because while he is a big blubbery boy, he seems to have supernatural skills at avoiding falling down. Even though he's heaving big boards of wood around, he's walking around on pew spaces.
Yeah, and then probably... would it take one action to swap to my shield instead of my glaive?
Yes, it would take one action because you can just drop it on the ground and take the other one out.
Alright, sword and shield time.
You now take out your sword, and that's your whole turn. That's your lot.
Yep.
How fast can this boy move? 35 feet if he's flying. Flit, 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 flit. Through the air he goes. Actually, more like 20 feet because that's an elevated platform. He looks at you, Laura, and he tries to fill you with fear. Woo! We'll save Laura.
Yeah, but for some reason it didn't do it when I clicked it, so I'll just...
The supernatural
big brain.
chill runs down your spine. Better than nothing, they say.
I am frightened one.
And Abracadabra has at least an 18 in strength because he has a 14 plus 4 strength modifier. So, of course, he reaches to you, Alora. He grabs you, restrains you, heaves you over his head,
And does the opposite of last turn.
and is going to pile drive you straight into Ruby.
Or less than ideal.
Both of you take half.
Alright.
Ow.
That's pretty much all he could do. Alora, you're also technically pro by the end of it since you got thrown on top of someone, but hey.
Alright. I'm just... I'm just gonna moonbeam them because I don't have that many attacks. So F it.
The light of the moon through a gap in
Moonbeam.
the ceiling.
Unfortunately, Silva is for devils, and he is a demon. But that does hit him,
Still.
so you are blasting him. And he is dazzled. His eyes are filled with light.
Good
Ow!
luck hurting Ruby with my body now. Let's like start. Like my hair starts slightly floating.
Oh no.
Foolish.
Okay, let's see if I do anything this round.
Uses arrows.
I got a hit.
You did it. Go team.
And wow.
Amazing.
And my second shot.
Uses arrows.
Yes!
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what we're talking about.
Finally a thing.
20!
And meaty 20.
If only I had precision on that one, but 20 it is. It's a nice... Oh, I rolled 10 on the 10 too. Wow, that's a good one.
I did. I got a good roll.
Yeah, nice.
Blinded! You take advantage of opportunity. One action left, by the way. You shot twice.
Yeah. But there's not that much point to me rolling that last one.
Then what do you do with that last turn? I mean, you can always try to shoot that little thing that's flitting around in the sky. That seems like it's a bit easier to hit.
I mean, sure, I can give that a shot. I can't
Just
see it though.
Well, you can see it. You can lean out the window, I imagine.
Lean out
Whoops.
of cover. Oh, it's coming to you.
He's coming for you.
Yeah, I see him. So now, I may as well take that last shot. Haha, I will run out of arrows before I kill anything today.
I mean, those arrows are mostly added for kicks. How many you actually carry? Whatever, we'll figure it out later. Wow, an actual
Wow.
0.
Wow. Big 0.
I missed so
Ruby.
hard I hit the other guy.
He's dazzled. His eyes are overstimulated by light. He can't see. Ah!
Hey, now it's 2 arrows in the shoulder.
I'm gonna go for the big. I'm gonna try and trip him again. It's gonna work eventually. Wham!
No, it ain't.
No, I'm gonna keep rolling beans. All right.
Beans. Oh no.
Eh. And then last action, put my shield up.
Laura, I have a question for you. Would you consider your character to be pretty?
Yeah, elf,
Yeah.
young elf, so like young adult, teen-ish. Well, not teen, but
The
like
Abracandulu
adult.
has a particular distaste for things that are pretty. And it's going to
Yeah.
show you something quite delightful that it can do with its mouth. And it's
Oh,
not a
no.
kiss. First, it tries to
Uh-oh.
give you some spooks.
Which it succeeds. I
Yeah,
assume.
so you're just frightened 1 again as you were before. And then
Yeah.
he goes for the chomping.
Ugh.
That is a critical hit.
That hurts.
Can you also roll
That's
me
a
that?
lot.
Can you also roll me that DC 21 fort save or become physically mutilated for 24 hours?
There's that full damage. I mean, it doesn't matter.
You still need to
Sure.
make the will save because this is an effect that lasts beyond your dying state.
Yeah, it's like a
fortitude.
physical wound.
Is it fortitude or will?
Fort.
Okay, you said well. I was confused.
Wow, you got a lot of effects.
Oh,
Luckily, you stop being frightened when you're dead.
I am enfeebled too, though. By the way.
Good news. All of your... Okay, here we go. You take a -1 status penalty to all charisma-based checks, which includes your DCs. AK, your charisma is just lowered by 1 for 24 hours. As you are disfigured and, as a result, probably also very demotivated by this awful bile. Luckily, it heals in just a day, because if it's not an affliction, we're not going to make it a status effect. Laura! You're... give me a moment. I need to change your initiative because you got blasted. There we
Wasn't
go.
I already going last?
For you. No, when
No,
you
I
get
would-
downed, your initiative changes to just before the creature that brought you down.
I actually can Peppy give me a health potion or?
Peppy.
When your initiative comes around, probably. Pepper's probably have a little bit of a panic attack over this.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to finish that big guy off and hopefully do something.
Hit.
Damage. Again?
Handsome.
Sixes do not like me today.
They are vile D6s, tools of the devil.
Screw it, I'm just gonna go full round on this guy.
Pew 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 pew. Missed but two. If
Wow, I
only
actually
Ruby had him
a
grabbed.
really good roll.
If only
I
Ruby.
can use a hero point to make that hit.
Well, then make it hit.
And then I'll
Get him.
shoot him in the back of the head.
He's almost done, Ruby. He just needs a little more.
Start with the attack.
He also looks very interested in beating up Alora, even though you were right there.
Am I not pretty enough for you?
Nope.
Then second action.
Actually, let me check your sheet. Yeah, your charisma's like 10. You're all right.
And then.
Alora,
I
could
got
you
that
spend some of those
18.
hero points, please?
Yeah, I'd like
Yeah,
to.
Bella, you always hold hero points forever.
Don't forget, you get it back on a 1 in the beginning of the session.
Wait, then I got one back.
Cool.
Because I got that 0.
Give him the
Then-
point.
Yeah, I'll give you the hero point.
Excellent.
Okay. Wow.
You needed 1 more to kill him. He's 6.
And then I'll use my last action to kind of put, I guess, Alora behind me.
Ooh.
Just kind of
I should do
shuffle
this.
around.
I should do this. Because it appears out of nowhere, with the intent of wrapping himself around your neck and
Yeah.
kill you.
Don't.
Eh. Eh. He's trying his best.
Go
alright?
Gravely's not very good at it.
Go pick
Alora.
on someone your own size.
You get to
Yeah.
roll me a recovery roll. You do that by clicking the die that's next to your dying.
Alright, let me see where I am.
Your dying increases by 1. The Obricandalo seems very fixated on the idea of pushing you aside, Lady Ruby. So first he will try to grasp you firmly.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? If you're so keen on getting bitten... Oh, he fails. But the next thing he does is he pushes you aside and moves over to get to the right place. She's easily tossed. No, excuse me. Going for Ruby in this case.
Yeah.
The obvious one. Excuse me. We're
I,
getting all
I was
mixed up.
saying when Ruby was like, she'll toss Laura aside.
Yeah, just kind of. Just gotta bounce across the ground.
Just gotta hit 1.
Maybe it's the stained glass window. It's so pretty. It's just distracting you the whole way through.
Screw it, I'm
hero
using
point?
my hero point I got for that. Unless Bella wants to use one.
Yeah, I might as well. Just gonna do a hero point.
Pew pew.
Because
There
we
she
still have another dude
go.
at full.
Ruby.
And then I get to use my last shot on that dude.
Please,
Which I'll have to hunt next turn.
there's an itty bitty boy behind you. You can always just hunt him now,
Nope.
since you know your action isn't as good.
Yeah, I should just hunt him. He's hunted.
Ruby.
I'm gonna try and help Alora up. The closet can wait.
The horse it can wait.
Is it a? I don't have the battlefield medicine perk, but like, can I at least stabilize him?
There is definitely first aid, which is remarkably easy to do. Let's see.
Yeah.
First aid, 2 actions, stabilize, attempt a DC 5 plus recovery roll DC, typically 15 plus dying value. So that will be DC 17 and 2 actions, and you just hit him in the chest like they do in Resident Evil, and she'll be fine for now.
Mm.
Like in Resident Evil 5, they go kabam!
I
Man up.
believe.
Given how our rolls have gone so far, this is probably gonna go badly.
I believe.
Oh, Lord.
Where? Hey.
Yeah.
You are wounded 1, but you are no longer dying. This is better than nothing.
Yeah, it's something. And then last action. Now I can deal with you, idiot.
Squat. Splash. Sploosh.
Get out of it.
The Quasit will hit you in the face.
Ah.
Oh, he actually hits. He does evil damage!
No.
Diabolical.
And then he flies towards the window, out the window. Whoosh.
I'm gonna hit him as it goes past.
Oh god. Oh god, he's 1 hit point left. For you.
If only there was someone who could hit them with an arrow.
Boy, there was someone right here looking at him.
Hit him
And
in the
I hunted
wings.
him. Now, the hitting him with an arrow part is difficult.
Hero point.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you get a reroll on your next one. Hey!
There we go.
I was gonna. You don't have to roll damage. I believe you can roll 1 or more damage.
I somehow roll negative damage. He heals.
Actually, I think you always do 1, but it'll be non-lethal. I don't know how 2e handles it. But he still splat against the ground like an idiot. Well, there he goes. It's now quiet-ish. There's probably still the sound of like 1 book falling off of a pew with all the ruckus that happened.
You go and start dejectedly picking up my missed arrows.
As you do spend some time just bumming around a bit, you do eventually hear like a knocking, like a boom, 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 coming from the north door.
Ooh.
Allura is healed and thus becomes conscious.
I wasn't conscious.
Yes, you stay unconscious while you're in the state, so Peppy can give you that good old brew.
Okay.
Yeah, you just weren't bleeding out anymore.
Yeah, first aid ain't magic. It can stop you from dying, but it can't just magically make you come back to life. Ruby, the door's not locked. I know that it looks locked, but that's really just the stone object that's in the way. Which, with your incredible muscle, you could probably easily just move aside. And if you couldn't, then you could probably get garlic in on this.
Yeah, I can just sling it out of the way.
Boom, boom, boom. The door, now, can be opened to have conquered its clockedness.
Y'all good in here?
Beyond the door lies a figure who introduces himself as Nellen. That is, Nellen with a Y, because he's special.
Wow.
There's actually a picture of him in the book, so I'm going to look that one up for you. A real lickety-dang split. There she go. That's mo. I think this is him. Just doing a double take. Yeah, that's him. Also, because of the path you've taken, you will never meet this lady and her goat.
Wow.
No.
I like this character, and I want to read one particular trait that she has because it's fucking awesome.
Wow, she's so cranky.
Listen, she is called Pruana Two Punch.
Hell yeah.
Her goat has Protect and can take half the damage for her. Her goat also has Eat Anything, which ignores 5 points of armor when it tries to damage something, which is just awesome. It also has Ram. But what I like about her, she has Haymaker.
Yeah.
It's a
The
press
two
attack.
punch.
It's a press attack, so she needs to have attacked first. But she makes a strike against a fist strike against a target she's previously attacked. She gets a plus 3 to the damage, and the creature must make a DC 20 fort save. And if they fail, if degrees of failure, they become increasingly stunned, and they become knocked prone on a critical failure, and they lose basically 2 and 2/3 turn if they get. Man, that's one hell of a punch on that little dwarf.
Hell yeah. Got that killer left hook.
I think Como would love it if he met her because he likes small, zesty ladies. Especially grannies. I don't know what it is. Anyway, beyond this door is that cut-up man who is quite grumpy. Quite grumpy looking about the circumstances, although to be fair, anyone would be. He introduces himself as the priest banker that maintains this chapel. Because if Abadar is about the... I don't see how banking helps the economy, but you do you, Abadar.
I think something to do with like investments and stuff, like how they handle money behind the scenes.
But don't you think that holding money in one place would just stop money from flowing? Come on, Abadar, you can't be a god of flowing rivers and then make a dam. But then I have more water for rivers.
I think what banks do is they don't really store the money. They like take the money and then invest it in other places, and then like when people need to take the money
Well,
out,
I'm not
they,
a
like,
banker. I wouldn't know.
liquidate the
You can
assets.
ask Nellen all about how he
Well,
decides to handle his
and
portfolio.
Old school banks made their money off of usury, which was people having to pay back for their loans,
Mm.
Ooh.
which is actually illegal for a long time according to the church. That's why Jews could handle money.
Which is freaking
That's where that
hilarious.
whole like stereotype thing came from.
Yeah, it was because the church forced them to be the only people who could lend money with interest, so they were the only people who had any form of incentive to do it.
You'd be surprised how many things the Jews are known for are entirely because that's the only thing they would left able to do.
Or they were the only people who were able to do it, period. Like, the Jews were a reverse exclusion thing in that everybody else couldn't do something, but the Jews were exempt from the rule. So they just did it.
By the way, I would like to point out that Abadar has made the lock to the door. The door to the vault is the door itself is made of stone, but it has a high quality locking mechanism that's made of gold, which is just like, come on, man. You make that out of high quality steel. You
Come on,
dumbass.
Yeah.
Abadar. Gold is not a good building metal.
You don't even need an ankle grinder for that. You can just use a file.
Yeah, I can just punch it.
I'm actually sure you could. Inside is the vault, which is filled with lock boxes, which are locked. Otherwise, they'd be very bad lock boxes if they were unlocked while the dude was in here.
Yes.
The point is, there seems to be some sort of communal vault, and Ellen is just glad. Like, he walks outside, he looks very tired, as if he's been dealing with it. His injuries are thick and swollen.
Do you need first aid? Are you safe? Are you okay?
Actually, they're swollen in the same way that Alora's wounds are starting to agitate. It might just be how that bio works. Which
Yeah.
he assures you is just a temporary thing. Everything will heal, probably.
Okay.
Also, he
Just
does
gotta
that
make
priest
sure.
thing where he is like, Abadar sent such grand heroes. Ah. Truly, what a blessed day that things have come around so nicely.
Well, you can thank the family at the mill for sending us your way.
He would like to
They
know.
were the one
He,
who
he,
gave us the tip.
I did see some people in the graveyard just a bit earlier. Have you seen what's happened to them?
Yeah, the what's her name, brothers? The Lindells. They were full of demon worms.
My goodness. It seems as if it is nothing but demons around here as of late.
Yeah, it seems like it's a bit of a problem.
No, you don't understand. This feels like demon summoning work. Normally, demons can't stand each other. Not without a leader of some sort, or without someone guiding or forcing them to do labor. That's what their leaders tend to, by the way. This is why Abadar is the light, for he is one of guidance and leadership that does not revolve around beating you. Just bribery and indentured servitude, nothing to worry about.
Hang on a minute.
Thinking about that.
If it's money, it's fine. That's why he beats people up with a sock filled with cash.
So, what exactly happened here? Did the Abacandalurian friend just show up out of nowhere and shove you in a locker, or was there
Pretty
any other...
much. They just showed up late at night, walked on in like they owned the place, and just started taking names, which was mostly him. His name was the only one that they could really take. So, as this goes on, he takes a bit of stock of the situation. And notices that a few books are missing from the top of his altar. And he's very upset about that.
Were they the books that were being tossed around?
I mean, it's usually where the most important books are in a church, is on top of the altar.
I would like to point out that the most holy books in this church, which were on the altar, are the Manual of City Building and the Order of Numbers, which is very on brand there, Abadar. Very on brand.
Come on, Abadar.
How to play Civilization and how to do your mathematics homework.
How to play City Skylines.
Cash money for dummies.
Taxation rates. How high should they be?
Yes.
Is 99% too high? Question mark.
If Abadar is the state,
Also-
then no.
Also, I like how the pews have like throw pillows.
Yes, like I said, what were they again? Like gold lined. Here we go. Yeah, comfortable cushions of gold velvet filled with feathers, not
God
straw.
damn it, Abada.
Yeah. Like I said, they know where to spend it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all money laundering, but
Unfortunately, this poor man, upon learning what has happened to his church and everything has sort of calmed down, he does fall into tears because, his church got fucked up.
yeah, I'd be pretty sad too.
Yeah. Oh,
This place is a mess.
He would like to ask you, in the most polite of terms, that you recover the books that have been stolen if you come across them in your travels, since you clearly seem like the demon hunting sorts with how you decided to go into a church with demons and just fuck them up. That's not something
Yeah.
normal people do, at least.
or more of the wrong fighting sorts, but yeah, demons are wrong.
Yeah,
Marvelous.
it's funny how those two things line up pretty often.
However, while Abadar may be a god of finery, a good deed should not go unpunished. So naturally, he heads over into the vault and opens some personal possessions, which he will hand over to you.
Gasp. Church
First, he hands you
possessions.
a Crying Angel pendant. He hands you a small pouch containing about 20 gold pieces. Nice.
Nice.
Finally, he will hand you an onyx dog figurine. And one more thing is the brooch of shielding.
What was the guy's name again?
Nellen,
Nellen.
with a
Nellen.
Y.
Oh, yeah,
N-E-L-L-Y-N.
with the Y, yeah.
There's one more thing that he wishes to offer you, though, that will be most useful. Because you are going to fight some... Because apparently demons are afoot, he would like to offer you some cold iron blanche.
Yay, we can dip things in that.
Oh,
He
that's
offers
handy.
you 3 doses of it. Here we go. And just in case you find yourself in a bit of a bind, he gives you a +1 weapon potency rune to slap on a weapon of choice. And asks that you make the most of it, and that if you come across demons in your way, to give them the same beating you gave these.
I mean, we will try, but we will actually try to do better.
It's probably this work of those foul, what are they again, druids? Disgusting woodsmen. No civilization in their bones, and now they're summoning demons to boot.
Oh, we should really check in on the mayor after we sleep.
Yeah,
Why?
all the lines are kind of pointing towards them. We've got some suspicions, and we wanna go knock on some doors that answer some questions.
Where
before,
is the mayor,
you know,
then?
He went to the druid camp, thinking they're
Terrifying.
not part of this.
Sounds to me
Yeah.
like bad things may be afoot. I recommend that you act as quickly as possible. But indeed, take your rest. I think he is actually like a magic priest. So, all of you will get a little heal first before you go.
Yeah, if he blasts
Except
us with
me.
healing, that'd be nice.
Since, priests get a lot of free healing spells a day. This
Hey.
one is for, like, the hurt one among you. Oh, wait, excuse me, that's +16. So, yes, Ruby and Elora will probably be back up to full speed by the morning.
Alright.
And that's without any
Cool.
auxiliary healing. So, everyone gets 9. And then that's 23 and 25.
So I get the 25?
23, I imagine,
Yeah.
since you look a bit better. I mean, you got the blistering wounds, but again, those will be gone by the morning.
Alright.
Excellent. That means I can get rid of that, and 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 I can bring up another one. Because indeed, you guys are going to be going to the church. What's it called again? The Hermitage of Blessed Lightning, which is, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but something about the word blessed in the name for a hermitage for druids just feels weird.
It feels redundant.
It's more like, druids feel impartial, and the word holy and blessed kind of implies, like, good alignment. It's a bit something. get a
Well, I
little
mean,
caught
it
up
means
on.
that God is favoring the area. It doesn't necessarily mean good. You can be
Marvelous.
blessed by evil.
The point is, if you want to, we can fast forward straight to tomorrow. You can apply that rune if you want to. Spread out all the items, etc., etc.
Yeah, I think giving the rune to Fuyu for the bow is probably the best because they can't really use the cold iron on that.
Actually, they can use it on 10 pieces of ammo.
Yeah, but that's like that could be expandable.
Cool. Gotcha. Well, it's only 10 strikes on a weapon too, but I get what you're saying. It's a bit more
Yeah.
easy to waste.
And I'll use cold iron on my glaive.
I mean, it only
So how
lasts
do
for
I
a minute.
apply
Like,
the rune?
you
the
just
two
go to your
rune?
weapon in your inventory. You open it with the detail box. You go to details, and then you set potency rune to 1, which I just did for you.
Okay. The blanch is temporary, alright.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, one of you guys should definitely use the brooch of shielding.
It's just like, hey, are you coming across like a? Are you dealing with an abundance of demons? Apply this blanch today.
That's the absorbs magic missiles. Huh.
Can I have the dog figure because Bella, you have a minion thing, right?
Just
yeah, the
Peppy.
little monkey.
Like a monkey.
Yeah, I want to have a minion.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Boof.
Barf barf.
Now I can make doggo.
It transforms into a simple guard dog, which is a -1 level creature, but it can sniff things very good like.
Unfortunately, after our sleep, I'm still enfeebled 1, so...
But that's until you recover your focus points, so.
No, because I used 2 revelation spells, so I was enfeebled 2.
Yeah, and then it
Okay.
goes down 1 after every rest.
Enfeeble does not work like that. Enfeeble just goes away when it goes away, but I don't know how Oracle curses work with this.
Oracle is, if I was enfeebled 1, it would go away. But if I use a second revelation spell, I go enfeebled 2, and then they'll bring me back down to my minor after.
Here we go.
a
Wait,
long
wait.
rest.
Once your minor curse is manifested, it remains in effect until you rest for 8 hours and make your daily preparations. So it's gone.
Yeah, but if you use a second revelation spell, you get down to moderate curse.
And a moderate curse goes away when you refocus. So by the time you wake up in the morning, it's all gone.
Yeah, you
Okay,
would have
so I
refocused
refocused
and
then.
rested.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your wounded is also gone because nothing gets rid of being very close to dying than a good night rest. Also, Garlic gets rid of being so sick after all the situation. So the next day, if you're ready for it, we'll do that next week. Next week, we're going to go to the corrupted Hermitage and see what all those druids are about. I would like to show you a picture first, because it's a very nice picture. Let's see if I can find it. Oh gosh, having all kinds of difficulties with this. 12? No, that's too far. There we go. Look at those slurks! Look at those boys!
Yeah! Look at him go!
They're so handsome.
Fred,
Look at those chunkers. Also, look at this barbarian who's holding their sword out over the... That is not good for your center of balance. That's not how you stay balanced on a surface, lady.
yeah,
What was
that's
her
how you
name?
fall.
Amira? Amiri?
Yeah, that is a terrible way to hold that.
She's,
Also, that is a lot of back and thigh.
she's Ms.
That is a
Paizo.
huge amount of back and thigh. And also, that is a lot of stuff. I like how the back and thigh is completely bare, but you have like 5 feet of fabric trailing off your butt.
She's got the assless chaps.
I'm a cowboy.
Also,
Yeehaw.
whoever drew that sword did not do a very good job because the angles of it completely shift.
Yeah, it does look a bit like a cardboard cutout, doesn't it?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
look at where the hilt is, and then follow the angle the hilt would be going, and look at where the angle the blade goes off at.
Better, try to look at how her hand is holding this and where her fingers naturally point, and look at how it doesn't align with the blade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The blade is angled way too far downward. It's
Now-
like it goes off at a 45-degree angle from true.
Now, what I would say is there's a lot of things that are very hard to do. This you can do with a ruler.
I mean, I've made
Well,
this
this
mistake
is
a
if
dozen
you're a
times.
fantasy artist, this is one of the things you should figure out how to do.
Now, one thing I'm going to say, Dizzy, is you're not a fancy artist. This, I think, is one of their reliable artists. You think they would have picked up on these things by now?
Eh,
Well, and drawing a sword in fantasy art is kind of your bread and butter.
I mean, they wield a weapon of some kind that's straight at some point. You got your staffs, you got your swords, you got your arrows. Although arrows just kind
The
of
arrows and bow look okay, the bow actually looks kind of small, but you know, the arrows look fine.
The problem I have with the bow is that that quiver looks like it's just gonna grind against that string the whole way through.
Yeah.
It's going to. It's going to weaken that string, and also it's pinching in on it.
Wait, that is why Aragorn always strings his bow because he stores it in an improper
Aragon,
place.
yeah. God, one of the most annoying parts of that book.
But
Aragon stealthily strung his bow.
there are two things I
What?
want to say. I do like the way the ocean looks, and I love those big boys.
No, I do
Yeah.
love the water effect, the like watercolory splashy effect they have
It
going on. It
really,
looks really nice.
it really has that sense of the waves beating the rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really has the energy behind it that it needs.
But yes, the next time you
And
guys
it's
are
the boys.
the boys.
The
Did you know
boys.
that kobolds breed these things for mounts? They're great.
Of course they do. Kobolds have good taste.
They have the best feature in the game. They can belly slide.
Yeah.
Anyway, next time you guys are gonna go to the Hermitage and ask them politely to stop summoning demons. That always works.
Yeah, but I'm going to shoot a dozen arrows that will hit twice.
Nice.
Also, Laura, do you want the brooch of shielding or the angel pendant?
I need to double check with Angel.
I think we
but
should
angel-
take one each.
The Angel Pendant neutralizes critical medicine failures.
Yeah.
so if someone's administering,
Yeah, we're
first aid.
both trained in medicine, so I figure either one works.
And the brooch of shielding is going to be useful if you run into that one wizard who spams magic missile.
Who you know is just gonna spam magic missile.
Magic missile.
Aha! Now you die, Alora. Magic missile. Heighten to level 9.
That's a lot of missiles, and he's gonna make it a 3-action one. That's so many
Oh,
missiles.
baby.
And then they all get to you, and then they all go womp. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'll take the brooch.
Yeah, alright, I'll take the pendant then.
I'm
And
going
then
to
we
do this.
gang beat his nerdy ass.
I mean, when you think about it, magic missile is 1d4 plus 1, which is on average more than a wizard's hit point. It's just an anti-wizard missile.
Really?
Well, it's also true damage, so it goes through everything. So it's also the anti-mage armor spell.
And then they made the spell shield, and you just turn it on, and you're just fine for an hour in 3.5 at least. Now
A
it's a
spell
real.
that no one prepares.
Well, in Pathfinder 2e, people prepare more, but you have to use it more actively, and using against magic missiles is more difficult, since I think it's just a reaction thing you can do. What point is... Life is life, as they say. Next time, will our grand heroes be able to fight the retainers, the corrupted retainers? Oh no. Will they find the mayor? Is the mayor already solved the problem with bureaucracy? Wouldn't that be a change of fucking pace? Also, wouldn't fit the theme. I mean, I say that, but let me just put my little pause on the module. Golarion is kind of a setting where that could work. Like, Golarion is such a kitchen sink setting that it is totally a place where I could see some dude actually going and talking, and it works. And the whole point is that the players expect it not to. But nah, it's got to be grand heroics, even though the setting really doesn't reflect that too well. I don't know. I'm grumpy. I'm also sleepy and tired, and my head hurts a little bit.
Go to bed.
Next time, dungeon.
Go to
Just-
bed.
Bonk everyone.
Dungeon.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
Need to put in all the monsters too.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Boy,
Wah, wah. Wah.